If you've ever felt like you're working on yourself non-stop, reading books, watching productivity videos, saving quotes, yet your life still looks basically the same, this video is for you. Because there's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from self-improvement content. You learn something inspiring, you feel a burst of hope, you tell yourself, okay, this time I'm doing it. And then the next morning, you're back in the same loop, scrolling, procrastinating, getting distracted, feeling guilty, and repeating. And the worst part? You start to think the problem is you. That you're lazy, that you're not disciplined, that you don't want it badly enough. But I don't think the issue is your desire. I think you're stuck in what I call the knowledge trap. The knowledge trap. I know so much. Why am I still stuck? Here's the trap. Information can feel like progress. You watch a video about confidence, and you feel confident for 10 minutes. You listen to a podcast about habits, and you feel organized for 1 hour. You read a book about discipline, and you feel disciplined while you're reading it. But real growth is not how inspired you feel. Real growth is what you do on the days you feel normal, tired, bored, stressed, or unmotivated. And there's a hard question that exposes the knowledge trap instantly. If knowledge is power, why do so many informed people still feel powerless in their own lives? If you relate to that, you're not alone. And I'll be honest, I've lived it. I used to consume self-improvement like entertainment. My notes were full, my bookshelf was stacked, my saved videos list was endless. But my results didn't match my knowledge. Then one day, someone told me something that flipped my perspective. You don't change your life by decorating the house. You change your life by fixing the foundation. Most people are decorating. New morning routine, new planner, new 10 hacks, new method, new challenge. But the foundation is cracked. No mental space. No compounding skill. No honest reflection. No consistent courage. So in this video, I'm not giving you 27 habits. I'm giving you 4 foundations. Not trendy, not flashy, but real. And if you build these 4, everything else becomes easier. Discipline, clarity, confidence, focus, and momentum. Let's get into it. Habit number 1. The daily, do-nothing hour, the most productive hour you'll ever have. This sounds backwards, so let me explain it cleanly. Every day, you need 1 hour with no input. No scrolling, no podcasts, no studying, no learning. Just walking, sitting, or being still. At first, most people hate this. Because the moment you remove stimulation, your brain starts talking. Your worries show up. Your doubts show up. Your regrets show up. Your real desires show up. That's exactly why this habit matters. Because most people are not actually stuck because they lack information. They're stuck because they're disconnected from themselves. When your day is packed with noise, notifications, videos, opinions, advice, your inner voice gets buried. You can't hear what you want. You can't hear what you're afraid of. You can't hear what's actually important. The do-nothing hour creates space. And space is where clarity happens. What this hour looks like, simple and realistic. A slow walk around your neighborhood. Sitting at a park bench. Walking in a quiet hallway or courtyard. Sitting on a balcony with water and just observing. 2 rules. No phone. No goal. This is not, I'm going to plan my week. This is not, I'm going to solve my problems. This is, I'm creating mental oxygen. Because here's a fact people don't want to admit. A brain that is always consuming, eventually loses the ability to create. Real life story. Let me give you a real example. A friend of mine was working non-stop. Smart, hardworking, ambitious. But she kept saying, I don't know what I want anymore. I feel busy, but my life isn't moving. So we tried one experiment. Every morning, 45 minutes of walking, no music, no phone. Week 1, she felt restless. This is a waste. Week 2, she started noticing what she was avoiding. Week 4, she said something that stuck with me. I'm hearing myself again. That's what the do-nothing hour does. It's not laziness, it's recovery. Not just physical recovery, attention recovery. And without attention recovery, You can't build any habit long-term. So if you do nothing else, start here. Because once you create mental space, the next habits become possible. Habit number 2. The 1% rule, compounding progress. One skill at a time. Now we switch from space to action. The 1% rule is simple. Pick one key skill and improve it by a tiny amount every day. Not 10 skills. Not, I'm going to fix my entire life this month. 1. Why 1? Because scattered effort feels productive, but produces weak results. Focused effort compounds. What 1% looks like in real life. If your skill is health. Today, 10 push-ups. Tomorrow, 11. Next week, 15. Small enough that your brain doesn't panic. If your skill is communication. One short daily practice. Explain one idea clearly in 60 seconds. Or one daily message. Practice being direct, kind, and clear. That's 1%. If your skill is your career. 30 minutes per day on the highest value part of your craft. Not 5 random tasks, one important skill. The magic isn't the size of the improvement. The magic is the consistency. Because consistency creates identity. After a few weeks, you stop asking, do I feel motivated? You start thinking, this is just who I am. The big mistake most people make. They try to improve everything at once. They want better body, better money, better confidence, better English, better productivity, better relationships, all at the same time. Then they burn out. Or worse, they keep restarting, which teaches their brain a dangerous lesson. I don't follow through. That damages self-trust. The 1% rule rebuilds self-trust. You're not trying to become a superhero overnight. You're proving, daily, that you can keep a promise to yourself. Habit number 3. A weekly appointment with yourself. The habit that prevents busy but stuck. Now we add direction. Because you can be consistent, and still be consistent in the wrong direction. That's why you need a weekly appointment with yourself. Once a week, at the same time, you sit down, no phone, and answer 3 questions. Who was I this week? Who do I want to be next week? What is the gap between those 2 people? This is not a productivity meeting. This is an identity meeting. Because the fastest way to change your behavior is to get clear about who you're becoming. The format, 40 minutes total. 20 minutes, review. What did I do well? What did I avoid? Where did I waste time? What triggered stress or bad habits? 20 minutes, plan identity. Next week, I want to be more patient, focused, brave, disciplined. What is one action that proves I'm that person? That last line matters. You don't plan a huge list. You plan one, identity proof. Because identity is built through evidence. Real life example. I knew a small business owner who worked all day and still felt behind. When she started weekly reflection, she realized something painful. She was doing tons of busy work because it felt safe, organizing, adjusting, checking, and avoiding the uncomfortable work that actually grew the business, reaching out to clients, improving the offer, creating consistent marketing. Her life didn't change because she learned more. Her life changed because she saw the truth, weekly, and adjusted. That's why this habit is powerful. It keeps you from running on a treadmill. Habit number 4. One safe fear per day. The daily practice of courage. This is the habit that builds real confidence. Because confidence is not a personality trait. Confidence is a track record. And the easiest way to build a track record is to do one uncomfortable, safe thing every day. Not dangerous, no trackless. Just uncomfortable. Because growth lives there. What counts as a safe fear? Start a conversation you've been avoiding. Ask for clarity at work instead of staying silent. Say no politely when you usually people please. Post a short message you normally overthink for 2 days. Make a phone call instead of texting. Do the first 10 minutes of the task you keep procrastinating. The goal is not perfection. The goal is teaching your brain one lesson repeatedly. I can handle discomfort. That lesson changes everything. Because most bad habits are comfort habits. Scrolling is comfort. Avoidance is comfort. Procrastination is comfort. Overeating is comfort. Staying silent is comfort. When you practice discomfort intentionally, you stop being controlled by comfort. A simple rule that makes this work. Make it small enough that you can do it daily. If your fear task is too big, you'll delay it. But if you choose a fear that takes 5 to 20 minutes, you'll actually do it. And once you do it, write down one sentence. I did it. That sentence is evidence. Evidence builds identity. The 90-day system, so you don't quit. Now let's combine all 4 habits into a simple system. Most people fail because they try to change everything at once. So here's the structure. Days 1 to 30. Only habit number 1. 1 do nothing hour daily. Goal. Mental space, clarity, reduced noise. Days 31 to 60. Add habit #2. Keep habit number 1, reduced to 30 minutes if needed. Add 30 minutes of 1% practice on one skill. Goal. Compounding progress and self-trust. Days 61 to 90. Add habits number 3 and number 4. Weekly appointment with yourself, 40 minutes. 1 safe fear per day. Goal. Direction plus courage plus identity. Total daily time can be around 90 to 120 minutes depending on your choices. And if you think, I don't have time, here's a reality check. Most people spend more than that on low-value stimulation without noticing. Time isn't the issue. Priority is. 90 days will pass no matter what. The question is, who do you want to be at the end? The same person, just with more saved videos? Or a new person, with evidence? The one-page start. Do this immediately after the video. Grab paper. Write these 5 lines. In the next 90 days, I'm becoming a person who is blank. My do-nothing hour will be at blank. My 1% skill is blank, only 1. My weekly appointment time is blank. Tomorrow's safe fear is blank. That's it. Don't write a 10-page plan. Don't overthink. Start. Personal growth is not becoming someone who knows more. It's becoming someone who does more of what matters, consistently, until it becomes your identity. These 4 habits are not magic. They're foundations. Space for clarity. Compounding skill. Weekly truth. Daily courage. If you build them, you don't need to chase motivation. You become the kind of person who follows through. If you want more simple, practical systems like this, subscribe to Limitlessa and tell me in the comments. What is your 1% skill for the next 90 days? And what safe fear will you do tomorrow?